You name checked Rand Paul. He tweeted out the other day, while I oppose increasing the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, I enthusiastically support making the tax cuts permanent and could vote for the big yet not beautiful bill yet. And then you responded to him saying Senator Paul concedes the debt limit has to be addressed to prevent default on America's debt, which would cause an economic and global depression. True. But instead of standing with his fellow Republicans, acknowledging reality and doing the hard thing, he'd rather do a deal with Schumer. It sounded like you were indicating that his vote, you're not trying to get it anymore. He's sort of in the no column and you don't expect that to come. Is that fair?
I mean, look, what Senator Paul is advocating is he's saying very clearly that the debt ceiling has to be dealt with. And he knows that. Right. He knows that has to happen or the debt will be defaulted on and the whole world will sink into global depression. He knows that. And by the way, that's not because we want to spend more money. That's to pay for the spending that already happened under Biden. That's how the debt ceiling works. OK, and he's taking advantage of a lack of familiarity with how government funding works in the public to try to push his message. So he knows it has to be dealt with. And what he's saying is just move it off this bill. Just do it to the side. OK, and what he's saying is, but see, that's where I explain the reconciliation process, Sean. You no longer need 51 votes, because it's no longer on a reconciliation bill. You now need 60 votes, which means you have to get Schumer and at least 7 other Democrats to agree to vote with you to lift the debt ceiling. Now, do you think they're going to do that for free? Of course they're not. They never have. They're going to extract massive, historic bad policy and government spending. So he's basically saying, I don't want to do the hard part. I want to do the good part. You go do the hard part with the Democrats, and I don't really care if you pay a generational fortune for it. It doesn't make sense. It's fiscally irresponsible, and we're not going to do it. And if he wants to vote no, that's his choice.